What's up, everybody? Welcome back to FPL Fantasy. I love having you back, and today we have a special guest that we'll introduce in a minute. We're going to be going over a little bit of Game Week 20 and life, love, and the pursuit of FPL. So get ready for a deep dive into that. But before we get into it and before we introduce our guest, I have a co-host with me today, as normal. Doc, would you like to introduce yourself?
What's up, guys? This is Doctore. Welcome back to another episode of the FPL Fantasy. I'm excited to be here along with our guest. So let's get into it.
All right. So our guest today, he is my FPL Godfather. He got me started on FPL a couple seasons ago. He's a fantastic guy. Great advice. I usually talk to him through my WhatsApp. He tries to talk me out of big hits like -12, -16, -48s. He's been successful recently. So let me introduce, like I said, my FPL Godfather, Remy. Remy, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Remy. It's a pleasure to join the show. I don't know about the Godfather part, but definitely a pleasure joining you guys today.
I remember we were watching the 2000. What year was that? 2000.
The World Cup.
Yeah,
18.
The World Cup in 18, and
Yeah.
we were talking soccer back and forth, and you came up to me after we had talked a little bit, and you're like, there's this thing called Fantasy Premier League. You want to play FPL? I got a league together. Do you want in? You like soccer? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll check it out. And day one, I was addicted. I love taking hits, and now here I am, much better manager, thanks to the start from you. I stand by FPL Godfather.
Imagine me, at work, constantly bored, and then I found out you're interested in FPL. That was something an addictive personality. I was like, oh, this is perfect. I just found a best friend with 18 floor, so it was great.
That was it. I think I did about 30 minutes of work every day for the next year and a half.
Competing in the mini league now.
He goes with the cash mini leagues now with his high roller friends, and well, I guess you're in my league, but I feel like my league is very much just you and me just competing for overall rank.
I like that though. You kind of like those mini leagues where you're fully concentrated on your opponents. Make sure you beat them down right. Make sure you get a nice little gap and bragging rights.
How does it feel to be in the mini league that I made with my Twitter account?
It's much worse. I think I'm still 9 out of 10. I might have dropped to 10th again.
It's extremely competitive. It's ridiculous.
I was gonna say,
wow.
you got talents out there. You're cheating in your mini league. You got all the
actually
FPL studs.
Everybody in that mini league, I actually appreciate. They're kind of the people that I follow in the FPL community, and I would love to everybody do well in that mini league. So actually, it's a different dynamic. Yeah, it's an extremely difficult mini league to win if you want to win it.
For sure, I agree. So Remy, you kind of take a little bit of a different approach. You kind of take the mini league first, and if you do well in the mini league, the rank will come. You care to jump into that a little bit?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, most of my mini leagues is a bunch of friends, a bunch of rivals, a bunch of people around, a bunch of friends which I'm trying to keep in contact with. And I'm not first in all of my mini leagues, so I kind of figure these guys are high ranked. So my approach is a little bit different than most. I like to focus on winning the mini league because if I do have a couple guys that are ranked in the top 30K in some of my mini leagues. I have one that's going to rank the top 10K, so it's like the focus is a little bit stronger because I have to hear him talk garbage to me every day. I cannot hear any of the 100K guys talking trash to me every day, but if I'm getting a text every single time reminding you of the bad FPL captain I did every single day of the week to the weekend, it's not really feasible for me. So if I focus on that, I'm able to catch up to those guys from the league. I kind of think I will catch up to the overall rank as well. Thus far, it's been working good. It's been a good approach this year. It's been working.
Yeah, I need you to keep striving forward because you're the guy I'm looking at in my mini league. So if you do well and then I lap you, I'm doing great.
See, FPL is a marathon, not a sprint. So as well as I'm doing right now, it won't matter if I have a bad game week or a bad captain like this past week.
Remy, did you face the crash or no from yesterday?
I thought I was prepared for it. Bernardo Silva let me down though. I was kind of prepared for something like that to happen, but I chose the wrong captain, and I found myself in a position where I'm dropping an overall rank but I'm still lucky enough. Everybody has suffered so hard through this right now. Kind of surviving. So I haven't crashed that bad as Joe, because Joe's taking a big toll. I can still double his points. That's good. But yeah, I think everybody's experiencing the crash. I think the overall what points is what 30, 31. So I think I'm just above that. So I'm kind of happy.
Have you heard about the website crashing 4 minutes before the deadline, where people were
Yes,
trying to make their transfers?
that was one of the main reasons. I really thought I switched my captain onto the morning. Checked 30 minutes prior to, right, because I thought it was already sealed and done. I was still able to just change my captain back to Ronaldo, and I thought I was said and done. But I just realized that the website was not currently working at the time, because it's the only reason I would have captain Ronaldo. But he was still one of my options, but I was one of the reasons why I would have captain Ronaldo. So
Yeah.
that one was a little bit fuzzy on my head.
But what about you, Joe?
The crash did not affect me at all. No, I was sleeping. I was sleeping so soundly. It was beautiful. I was probably dreaming of puppy dogs playing soccer. So it was amazing. But I already went in and kind of set up my team ahead of time. After they were saying, "Oh, we're not sure if the Spurs game will be canceled or not," I kind of gave up, and I was expecting even them to be like, "Yeah, the deadline's passed and the Spurs game is canceled." So everybody that brought in Sun right at the end just got completely messed over with that. But that wasn't the case. And my sleep was great. I woke up re-energized. I was ready to go, ready to build some post-Christmas gifts. I wanted to say I envy you guys that sit all the way at the top there, top 100K, Mr. almost top 5K. I envy you guys so much, because like you can have a bad game week. That's just, one tick on the chart. But you drop like 20K or like 30K. Sometimes if it's a real bad one, it's like 50 to 100K. And I'm over here. I just dropped like 250K this week. Obviously, I still have Ronaldo to go, but as long as he gets a hat trick, everything will be good. Everything will be kosher. But I envy those small rank drops there, even if it is like you've doubled your rank now.
No, but right now I envy you. I think you have one of the few captains left in the FPL community, actually. So
Yeah.
that's a massive advantage going into the game week. Everybody's points is set. Yours doubles.
Yeah, and I think he's going to come out and he's really going to perform really well. I don't know if you saw on the 25th, he was in the sauna, so he was warming up those muscles a little bit to smash Newcastle with, I don't know, maybe a hat trick of hat tricks. That'd be okay.
I mean, that definitely will be okay for you, obviously. So he's your captain.
Yeah, you at least still have him. You still have him. You're not like some of these teams I see going around that where Antonio and Lacazette with no Ronaldo. That's dangerous.
But like I said, put up some nice points this week. I think that was his first double-digit haul for the season. I didn't even expect that to come through. Antonio off the bench gets to go. He's starting to become a threat. It's time to become a threat. Somebody to watch for the FPL.
So Remy, I got game week 20 question for you. Do you have an idea of like what your transfers are looking like? Have you free hit already? Used one of your freebies? Are you looking to free hit? What's the idea? If you don't mind sharing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind at all. Getting 20 plans, it's still up in the air. I was planning on getting rid of my Arsenal assets, but my priority was getting rid of my Chelsea assets first, only because of the blank that they have coming up and the hard fixtures that they do have coming up. So right now I'm kind of like debating on the -4.
Mm-hmm.
Still debating because it's a debate because I need to find the right risk. It's not worth it if I'm just putting people in there if they're not gonna bring FPL product. So for sure, getting rid of Lacazette. He's done me some good deeds. He's given me 11 points, and it's time for me to get out of there because they have a bad run against the top 16s, and they don't really do well against them. So I'd rather keep like a defender from Arsenal than an attacking asset from Arsenal. And I'm still thinking I'm trying to get rid of the Chelsea assets. I need to, unless I really don't want to use my free hit. I've already used the first one. There's still a potential of the other one coming soon.
Yep.
which could be a value in the double game week. So I really don't want to think about it. So for right now, I know for sure I'm gonna take a -4 hit. I just don't know who I'm gonna take it.
For sure,
Are
for
you
sure.
preparing for double game week 22, Remy?
Yes, I'm definitely, because I know as a person in disadvantage of the fact that I've already used my you already used my free hit, I have to prepare for it in advance. If I actually still had the free hit, then it would have been a little bit different story.
I got
Oh my
all
God.
my fixtures. I'm ready to go. I used good old Ben Creelan, everybody's
Yes.
FPL dad.
Yeah, feel
Help
good.
us out. Yeah, I used his whole charts, went through, looked at all the doubles, was like, okay, I want these guys in on 21 or prior. Gonna try and make moves for that. I want these guys in for 22. Do I want the same players for both? All right, we'll take a look and see. So I'm sure the two postponements, the Villa game and the Arsenal game, they're going to probably switch up a little bit of this. I had to show my thoughts on paper there. So Remy, I want to ask you, I kind of talked to the Twitterverse about this. How do you feel about Emile Smith-Rowe becoming the new Salah and the new king of the Premier League with putting up less than 30 minutes and bagging 3 goals? How's that sound for you?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, his average is kind of scary. If the man has more than 30 minutes, I'm scared to see what he's going to do. Salah's been on a whole different ball game in FPL this year. I'm not surprised he's on pace to break the FPL points record. But Smith Rowe, I don't know, guys. I don't know, guys. Arsenal is just not that much of a powerhouse to me. I'm sorry for all the Arsenal fans out there in the world. They're just not. It's fun to see Arsenal beat on people like Norwich. It's great, but the reason I'm trying to get rid of my Arsenal assets is because of the history against the top 60. They don't know how to do anything against them. So Smith Rowe, when it comes to the big boys like Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, and at this point, I'm gonna throw it out there. Carl Woes, one of the big boys, because nobody can beat them, or nobody can really put more than 3 goals on them. They will really have to prove me wrong. Like they said, like in FPL, you really have to hurt me, or for me to bring you in. You really have to hurt me. There's just no way I'm putting Smith Rowe as one of the top guys in the FPL community. No.
Well, even if the match is postponed, he'll find a way to come on and score for Joe off the bench in another match or something.
Doc, me and Remy, when we first started playing FPL and we were still working together, we had this whole joke of, you know, I went and I talked to the team and the team's really going to perform for me today. Smith Rowe told me that he's feeling a little bit of, you know, muscle issues. We're going to try to get him in there, get some physio, get it working, and have him come out. Do you Doc, have any jokes like that with your friends?
We kind of have similar jokes, but it's usually the joke is being pessimistic. Like, I brought this player in, watch him get a red card, slaps the referee, gets pissed, and he gets banned for 6 matches. Just watch my whole team collapse. So we always have this kind of joke. So it's always like, I'm the pessimistic, I'm the unluckiest man on earth. If I was lucky enough, I would win FPL kind of joke. So it's always this joke goes on in the WhatsApp group. Just watch how, oh, I brought Son. Just watch how his match is going to get postponed. So we kind of have this. You guys are kind of the motivators. We are like the pessimistic group, but it's actually funny because we always joke about it. Like, oh my god, you're gonna start complaining already. The match hasn't even kicked off. So
Yeah,
that's the joke in my sphere. So yeah.
that's awesome. One last question before we close it out for the video. Thinking about this coming week, what are we looking at as far as captains, everyone? Remy and Doc, I'd love your input because you guys are way higher than me. Doc, I assume Remy would love your input because you're higher than him. I have no clue. Smith Rowe still has the armband for me right now.
And still score, like I say.
Yeah.
I would captain. I'm definitely going Salah. If everything is fine, there's no COVID, there is no postponements, I'll definitely put it on Salah. Salah's playing Leicester, an exhausted Leicester team who played in the Cup 4 days ago, and yesterday they played Man City, and it was a high intensity game. So they're playing Liverpool again literally tomorrow. So it's like 48 hours rest time, which is not enough. They are depleted, they are exhausted, and the statistics show that Salah will have a favorable matchup because Leicester, that's before the Man City game, were literally the most team who conceded chances from their left side in the whole league. They are the weakest team on the left side. So that's Salah's side. I expect some assists from Trent Alexander-Arnold, and I expect some goals from Salah. So it's going to be definitely Salah. It's not even debatable. It's a no-brainer for me.
What about Jimmy Vardy? I mean, Salah is great, but Jimmy Vardy had a brace on them in the Carabao Cup in the midfield.
Yes, he did, but Van Dijk wasn't playing, and I just read the news about 10 minutes ago that Van Dijk is back to training. Only one person is missing out due to illness, and the whole team is ready. Liverpool is a rested team as well because they played their B team against Leicester in the Cup, and they didn't play a match this game week. So I expect a thrashing from Liverpool versus Leicester.
I would expect probably Salah is going to end up being my captain this week too. Leicester are just they're looking tired, they're looking beat up. I like the Vardy shout out, but I think tired legs demotivate production, and with Leicester being so tired, yes, we know Vardy is the guy that can get the ball 3 times and score 3 goals, but the matter of the fact is trying to get the man the ball in a good position right now, and I don't know if the production is 100% there for Leicester. Yes, you have Mads that's playing great, even though I hate owning him because he's the Luka Dean figure for me. Both of them are the same thing where if I own them, they won't produce. And if I don't own them, they're going to go and get double-digit hauls until I bring them in again. So you do have that type of powerhouse there, but Salah is probably getting the ban for me.
So I know who not to captain since I know what Joe is going to be captain. So that's good.
Yes.
Really good. I'm going
Yes.
for the
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed you're the type of maverick or like risk taker manager, and there are other options. So I'm assuming you're considering probably Ronaldo versus Burnley at home.
He's an option, but I feel like I'm in the point where I'm looking for a differential, but one that's not going to hurt me that much. I've taken a risk on Diego Jota before. I think it's time for me to get back to him. It'd be nice to see that as a differential. Everybody owns him, but rarely anybody captains him. Yep. And there's also Man City. They're just on fire right now. I feel like nobody is actually taking that big risk of captaining them because of the Pep roulette. But after seeing the lineup this past weekend, I'm also thinking Phil Foden might be in the picture. It would not be nice to put Phil in the picture. And thinking about differentials that are gonna pan out, you also have Raheem Sterling, which is also part of my options if I do make the transfer. Because if I do take a -4, then I'm looking at the captain whoever I'm bringing in to cover that -4 gap.
I actually think they are both amazing options. I really like them. Jota is one of the options for the people who cannot go to Salah or they don't have Salah at their team. It's an amazing option, especially if he plays in the middle. He's going to score well versus Leicester. And also Foden. Foden played some minutes last game week, so it's a very high possibility he starts next game week, and he's playing Brentford. And Brentford, since Raya's injury, they've not been doing very well. So I like those two shots, yes.
As long as Foden doesn't go out and party with Grealish after the game this week. Can't believe
that is sick.
Can't believe
Yeah, he's gonna be down there.
I love the Man City shout out, and my initial question was who? I like that you said Raheem Sterling because I think he's been on pretty decent form. The other one that I was thinking about would be Gundogan. He's been playing really well. He's been getting returns. And then you had mentioned Diego Jota. I think he's a great option because we've talked about it a lot on this channel where Salah is he was 75% owned in the community basically. So now he might be only down to 70%. But there was a statistic out there basically saying that if Salah scores or if he blanks, it has the same effect on the community because he's so widely owned. There's almost zero rank change within Salah himself. But now Jota if he scores a little bit more than Salah and you have him captained, now your rank just explodes. You go through the roof because you beat out all of the Salah captainers, like possibly Doc and myself, and you beat out all the people that just own Salah that were like, this is good enough cover for me. I like where your head's going with those.
There's definitely a big risk to it though, because if Salah rarely blanks, and that's the risk I took. But for me, it's limited. Like Doc over here, Doc has the option to captain Salah. I don't have that option anymore. So right now, my option, I'm scared. I'm scared of Salah because the man can literally put up anywhere from 15 to 30 points, like literally double digits home. And if your captain blanks and that happens, you're definitely taking a toll on any kind of mini leagues on an overall basis.
I know you're really worried about that because of the Salah being so highly owned and everything, but let me put this out there to try and help ease your mind. He's blanked twice this season, so he's not infallible. He's blanked twice.
Twice out of the whole season.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not that bad. Not that bad. I can go with that. I can bank on him blanking one more time.
He's right up there with Emil Smith Rowe. I mean, yeah, he has a lot of zeros on there, but he was injured. He was injured for so many games, you know. Then they had to ease him back in. We'll talk about it more after. That'll be the Patreon podcast for us.
Yeah.
I want to say, Doc, thank you again, putting on this YouTube channel, getting me involved. It's always a pleasure to work with you. Remy, thank you. It's great to be here. Remy, I want to thank you for coming out. I want to thank you for getting me involved. This is my FPL Godfather. He got me started. He got me addicted. He's a pleasure, and he's a gentleman. Knows his stuff. Love talking to him. Hope to have you back.
Guys, if you're enjoying the episodes, subscribe, press the like button. It really helps us out so we can bring you more content. And I'll see you on the next episode.
Remy, is there anything you want to close out with?
It's a pleasure being amongst legends, and it's a pleasure being in the FPL community, so I look forward to it.
Absolute pleasure, gentlemen. All right. We'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, Remy. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.